Hello everyone, this time I have painted Daredevil using gouache. This is the third time I have drawn him and it is also my favorite one. I also got some new brushes. I tried using one of them here but I wasn't feeling very comfortable with it, so I did swap back to my regular one. And was I using the wrong kind of brush? Like, is that something like using the wrong kind of brush here? Because I don't know. I did use the new ones again. Though. If you've seen my previous artworks, then you probably noticed that I haven't really done many expressive faces, and that is something I really want to change. So that is exactly what I did with this one, and I think that I chose the perfect Daredevil expression for this, the primal scream. So yeah, I'm really happy with the expressive face that I managed to do here, and this is something I'd really like to carry forward with my other artworks as well. Like not only with the superhero characters that I do, not superhero characters, I mean just all the characters that I do from shows and movies, but even in the other artworks that I do, like from the hair focused sketchbook. Speaking of which, it's been a while since I've done one in there. That throughout the entire time I was doing the mask, I kept feeling like it looks too flat, and so I constantly, added different kinds of red, and that I mixed red with so many colors. If I remember correctly, I think I mixed it once with purple, once with white, and there was already some mixed color, red with something. I don't remember. It was probably brown on the palette, so I also used that, and so I used a lot of colors for the red side to make it look not so flat, and I think it worked out pretty well. And you saw the face there. I took a big risk. I mean, I at least feel like starting it with green, as the base color. But you know what? It was a really good decision. I think doing the green, starting with the green. I think that really gave the look, the feel that I wanted from it. So it was a really good decision. Risky, but good. And I think this is what these things are about. I think this is what I love, when I paint. So many times I'm just not sure. I mean, not so many. Every time I'm just not sure. Like, what am I doing? What's the thinking there? I just feel like doing it, and then I just go like, trust the process. And that's literally every. Uh, that's my thought every time. Every time I'm doing a painting. Just trust the process. It just feels right. Just put the blue in there. Just put the green in there, and it just pushes you. I mean, if you've painted, then you probably understand what I'm trying to say. This feeling of putting random colors here and then there and trying to make everything fit together for the whole piece, like not individually, maybe not individually, but when you look at the whole piece, it just fits well. It's like it belongs there. Anyways, you can see me struggling with the skin here as well. The skin color, I mean, and it wasn't looking really normal. it felt very weird, so I went in with a bit more red and pink. I think that was exactly what was missing. It was too flat, it needed more, so I went in with the pink, some very light pink, and I think that really made it look fine. The black bit, this black bit, yeah, actually the entire black bit of his suit, I after doing it with black, I realized that I actually should have first put in dark green like I did with the face, but I used light green there. For this black bit, I should have first used dark green, and then on top of it I should have put the black. I did go in with dark green later on, and it did not ruin anything, and it still looked fine. But I mean, am I using dark green here? No, that's purple. But you'll see me use dark green somewhere bit later down the line. I think I'm using it. No, I forgot. It's been a few days since I've done this, and my memory is terrible. I think I'm going here. No, I'm still using black. Anyway, so I think the dark green still, worked how it should have, how I wanted it to. But I do think it would have been a lot easier for me. I'm going in with dark green right now, here. So as I was saying, the dark green. If I would have started with it, it would have looked, or not looked, but maybe would have been better. Not maybe, it would have been better for me, and maybe it would have looked better as well. But I'm still happy with it, so it doesn't really matter. So all I said, it was basically just a wish. I came across the same problem that I did with his mask. His suit looked too flat, so again I did what I did. I did the same thing that I did with the mask. Just go in with random reds, any red that I can find, any red that I can make, and just put it in there. And that strategy worked. It worked for the mask. It worked for the suit. I'm just going with the random reds, just adding it here. The purple was not part of the random thing. It actually had to be there for the shadows. And I know the blue is looking a bit weird, but I need to talk about the gouache and pencil colors too. If you have tried gouache, if you use gouache and you have not tried using pencil colors with them, you need to do it. I think it is my favorite, color duo right now, like pencil colors and gouache. I mean, that is perfect. It just works so well. It feels so good. You need to try it if you haven't already. And so I'm done with Daredevil. Actually, not really. I'm going to come back with the pens and the pencil colors. The background. This was a new way for me to do the background. I have not done a background like this. I used brush pens. I kind of messed it up, so I had to go back to gouache. And here I'm using pencil colors. I mean, look at that. I mean, that looks so good. I think the best you can see with me, gouache and pencil color was, I think it was my previous artwork I did, was a lot of colors on the face. And now I'm using a white gel pen for the highlights. And these things, they really bring the piece together. You can already see so much improvement on it. Here's a full piece. You can see all the improvements the pencil colors and the white gel pen did.